Good afternoon. CPU miner versus SRB miner. Which miner gives a higher hash rate on an Intel CPU? Let's get into it. Okay, this is the beginning of the test, starting off with Cpuminer, and we are running 64 threads. And I will start playing this so you can see. You can see right here our highest hash rate was 3,269, and now we're upping the threads to 121 threads. And now the miner has started. And it's accepting shares. We're up to 3910. Still accepting shares. Hash is staying the same. I try to let it run a little bit to get a decent average in case there's a big fluctuation. See it drop down a little bit. It's running through the shares pretty quick though. This is real time. And they're staying consistent at 3,888.99 hash per second. And here's the specs over here on the CPU. And our temperature's staying good. It's at 55 degrees. Here we're jumped up. We're up to 4,000. They changed their difficulty a little and knocked it back down. 3926. We're only running, this processor's 1.4 megahertz. Okay, I just stopped the miner. And now we're gonna bump up the threads to 128. And here's the 128 verified. Let's see how high this one goes up. Reporting 0 at first. It's just trying to match the network difficulty. Okay, it starts off 3,867. Staying the same, but it's rolling through the accepted pretty fast. What's weird is sometimes you'll see, like this is rolling through the accepted pretty fast, and you'll have this hash rate. Other times you'll see you'll have a higher hash rate, but a lot less shares. We're at 4,000. 4118. 4184. 42, 33, 36. And then it dropped back down a little bit. Okay, so now we'll switch over and we'll try SRB miner. And here's our startup script. Going through their guided setup is how we came up with this startup script. And the miner should start up any second now. Watch, this is climbing over here. Yep, there it goes. And 64 cores, 256 threads, and we're using 128 threads. On the last one, we were able to obtain 4,236 hash. Let's see where we're at with the Srbminer. It's accepting results, but it's a lot slower. I'd like to have both of them going side by side and then watch the pool and see which one is accepting shares the fastest, but that's a hard test to do. There's another share accepted. This whole test is like 9 minutes long, so you had another less than 4 minutes left of testing, and then you'll get some results. Yeah, as you can see, this miner reports a lot slower, but it doesn't mean it's not reporting at the, okay, here we go. We're only at 2596 compared to 4236. It's a big difference. And that's only with 3 shares, and the other was 30 something shares in the same amount of time. Okay, now we're going to change the startup script. Here's the threads. But you can see we already got the priority and the intensity and everything turned up. Drop it down to 64 and see if that boosts it. Everybody's saying less threads equals a higher hash rate. On Cpuminer, that wasn't true. Okay, now we will start up the miner. And before, on 64 threads on Cpuminer, we had 3,275. And here's our core count, or thread count, I mean, 64 threads. So it took our values from the script that we edited. And now we wait for a second. See where this is going to take us. But over here, this is our CPU X or CPU Z, and it gives you your information, and it'll give you your instruction sets, so you'll know which way to set up your mining script. Either use SSE or AVX, depending on which is one will give you a higher hash rate than the other. Come on, miner, update. Got people waiting. Right now, though, it's got the cores maxed out. Okay, it accepted. That's what I was talking about. The acceptance rate is way faster on the other mining software. Yeah, see, we're only 1690, and that was other one was 3275. So on this processor, the other software, Cpuminer Opti, has a very twice the amount of hash across the board. It pretty much. So the conclusion of that, I would say Cpuminer Opti beats out Srbminer, unless there's something I'm doing wrong. If you see something, you want to point it out down in the comments, and I will test that theory. Any questions, just drop them down in the comments, and if you hit that subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching.